Hi, I'm Remy with the Tyme Network, and we are here at the Rise Up Women's Conference 2016 in San Diego, California, and I'm super duper excited to talk to our next guest, Kath DeStefano. She is a stress management and mindfulness expert and is going to be teaching some really juicy, great stuff in her breakout session. So, Kath, thank you for being here today.
My pleasure.
So, we know that everybody has stress in their life, right? That's
Inevitable.
And the key to managing that stress, right, is to develop some habits and techniques that can help them get through it.
Right. The best stress management techniques are the ones you'll actually use.
Right.
So that's the trick, is you can hear about them and hear about them and hear about them. If you don't do them, problem.
Right.
Yes.
So let me ask you about mindfulness.
Yes.
So we see a lot out there now about mindfulness, and for the viewers who do not know what mindfulness is, can you please tell them what that is?
Yes, mindfulness has come from the Eastern philosophy into the Western marketplace. So now you can get mindful meat, mindful mayo, mindful mince, all sorts of mindfulness. But let's take it back to its original help as far as stress management goes, and it's literally being able to, two things, either pause and notice in your everyday life, or another way is to literally meditate, get quiet, watch your mind, watch your thoughts, and self-reflect and contemplate. So you start to learn about yourself and how you're stressing yourself out and what can be done about that.
That's a really key point that you're making. People tend to stress themselves out and they don't even realize that they're doing it, right?
Right.
Kath, share with us 3 techniques that our viewers could implement and do in their daily lives right now to help them get out of stressful situations that they may be experiencing.
Perfect. There's one that's really, really classic, and it's fortunate that we're walking around with it. It's always free. One of the quickest ways to get rid of what's bothering you and just get present in the present moment is to breathe. So there it is again. You've heard it 1,000 times. Breathe. Second one is a mental thing. What we do is we upset ourselves before we even leave the desk, or we can upset ourselves without even leaving home. Mentally, a trick is to change your demands into preferences. So if you demand something of someone and then they don't do it, guess what? Then you get stressed. So my example is I used to date a man who would say, I'll be over in a little while. And what does that mean to you, a little while? You know, maybe 15 minutes, maybe a half an hour, not hours later, right? Mm-hmm. So every time he did that, I would get upset. And it took me a long time to realize, oh my gosh, I'm doing this to myself. Let it go. So one of my teachers showed up and said, change that demand to a preference. You prefer that they be on time. If they're not, you've decided that you're not going to get upset about it. And then, of course, you break it off with a person like that and let them leave your life. Exactly. The third thing, after breathing and watching this mental pattern that you have inside of you, is you could literally use tension to get rid of it. When you're at your desk and you notice that you started to have like a tight brick in your shoulders, just consciously tense your shoulders, keep it, and then relax and let go. So very simple techniques that you can use to drop your stress levels, because one thing we know is that stress, long time, not relieved, has health implications. Please take care of yourself. Use these simple ideas.
So there you have it, 3 simple steps that you can do at home to help alleviate stress without leaving your house, without having to call anybody. And remember, if you enjoyed this Me Time moment, please remember to share it and like it. And remember, there is power in Me Time. Thank you.